We look at the problems of our families, of the society at large, and just wonder, how in the world we got to such a degraded state? Why people get so sick? Why their mind is so occluded? Alcohol, the oldest, the most covert, and the most used poison that never was exposed to the full extent. This is a final report about the ethanol, the drug number one. This is a giant monster. It's sitting in the throat of humanity, sucking out the health, the intellect from generation to generation. But once it is identified and exposed, it loses its power instantly. So let's see the final report. It's going to be probably the most interesting part.
We open the encyclopedia. Beer, an alcoholic beverage, the third most popular after water and tea. Produced by fermentation of yeast, urine again. One brand of Chinese beer reportedly includes in its recipe even ground up dog part. If beer ranges from 4 to 20% alcohol, it's 4 to 20% yeast urine. Production of beer is mentioned as early as 6,000 years ago in Egypt, and in 1800 BC in the Babylonian Code of Hammurabi, which included laws regulating beer. In early European cultures, the components of beer included different fruits and narcotic herbs. In 822, hops were added to the production of beer. This plant has a substance identically similar to estrogen, the female hormone. In beer manufacturing, it was noticed that because of dealing with hops, most female workers often have irregular cycle problems. When a man drinks beer, he consumes this hormone estrogen. It causes hormone imbalance and consequently feminization of his body. He grows bigger hips or a big belly. His voice gets thinner, shoulders get smaller, he gets female manners, loses natural attraction to women, turns less firm and determined as a man should be. He gets fearful. The first recorded use of hops for beer production were Germanic tribes. They have a saying now, a man who drinks a lot of beer becomes like a ripe watermelon, swollen stomach and little dried up tendril. It's not a joke, but a reality. Because of the beer, the male genital gets smaller and smaller. They suffer from impotence and male pattern baldness. That's a medical observation. A boy can even be born with this defect if he has a mother who was drinking during pregnancy. Or his genitals could remain undeveloped if he was given beer, like to help him sleep as an infant. For men, when drinking alcohol, when the male hormone testosterone interacts with the alcohol molecule gets one carbon segment out, and it turns the testosterone to estrogen. Right in the blood, male hormones turn to female hormones. But the problem gets worse. This tendency gets on the genome and becomes the stable genetic deficiency and modification for future generations. When a woman drinks beer, it causes the opposite effect. Her body gets male characteristics, such as developing male secondary sexuality, including reproductive disability, losing natural tenderness, disinterest in children, broad shoulders, deepening voice, genome modifications, and opening the door to every kind of disease. Some people drink non-alcoholic beer, and they don't know how harmful it is. It is not truly non-alcoholic. It is low-alcohol beer, still an alcoholic beverage. The same poison with all the same byproduct toxic ingredients. We already know the dreadful reality of alcohol, or the yeast urine. But what about the hops used in beer production? Hops are the female flower clusters of the plant related to cannabis, which is a marijuana plant. Marijuana is the most widely used psychoactive drug. It is also known that men working in the hop plantations suffered from dermatitis, skin lesions, and dogs would get intoxicated, leading to death. Women were not even allowed to work there. Nowadays, a hybrid is made. The hop plant is grafted onto marijuana rootstocks to crossbreed the top, and it's called tipsy hops. It has stronger narcotic characteristics, making beer very addictive. Cannabis beer in Germany has the marijuana leaf on its label. Another toxic byproduct of beer production is fusel alcohol, furfuryl, an aromatic aldehyde, similar to benzene, acetone. Because of all these components, women are not allowed at all, and male workers on the beer production line suffer from serious eye problems, glaucoma, farsightedness, myopia, extensive inner pressure, black spots on the retina, spots on the iris, all just because of beer steam. When people drink beer, they undergo multiple poisoning and harm, consuming these toxic byproducts. Some promotions advertise so-called living beer. This product, besides all toxins mentioned above, have even more dreadful properties. Usually beer undergoes pasteurization, hitting it up to 70 degrees Celsius, killing yeast bacteria. So the living beer is not pasteurized. It contains live yeast bacteria. When people drink it, the bacteria get in their stomach, and what is it doing inside your body? Well, the same thing it was doing in the fermentation. The yeast eat organic substances inside your body and urinate ethanol. And you have an alcohol factory inside your body. Antibiotics that kill regular bacteria will not harm yeast, as the biochemistry of yeast is different. Yeast is also not recognized by white blood cells, which defend the blood by attacking harmful substances. Yeast also remove from the body the most valuable metals, like magnesium, iron, calcium, zinc, and use them for their own growth. Consumption of any alcohol, even in tiny doses, is very harmful. You don't have to be an alcoholic to be exposed to all kinds of health problems: heart attacks, Parkinson's disease, kidney failure, cancer. With alcohol, people have no chance for health. You might have heard some say that we can digest alcohol in small portions and it's not bad. This is not true. Humans, like other animals, have an enzyme called alcohol dehydrogenase, produced in the liver. It breaks down alcohol, which otherwise would be toxic. It breaks down the alcohol made by yeast bacteria, which natively lives on grapes and other fruits. But the body only produces a tiny amount, not enough to protect the body if any alcohol is consumed at all. Now, how else does alcohol destroy the body? As we all know from school, ethanol is a solvent. It dissolves fats and proteins. We use it for cleaning. We should realize that our organs don't have a protective cover like our skin. They are exposed. The walls of the human cell are made of different kinds of proteins and lipids, partially fats. Ethanol dissolves it, ruins it, and then opens the way to all other toxins and harm to the cell from the inside. The biggest danger is that ethanol penetrates inside the cell, where the nucleus of the cell is located. The ethanol then harms and modifies your DNA, your body, and your life. It modifies your future, the future of your children, and the future of your children's children, their entire life. Alcohol, ethanol, is a protoplasmic toxin, which means that it poisons and destroys your body in the tiniest and deepest level of plasma and cell matter. It is the beginning of every health problem. Cancer, arthritis, blood pressure, stroke, eye problems, depression, anxiety, crippled newborns. Name millions of known and unknown health conditions. They can all be caused by it. You may have a question here. How much alcohol is not harmful? The answer is none. Write it down. Tell your children. The safe dose of alcohol for every person is 0. Every single word from anybody who said that alcohol is any good is a total intentional lie, misleading, stupid, and ignorant. Dishonest alcohol advocates claim that wine or beer are good because they have some nutrition. Sure, the essential matter was organic, but if you take calcium and add uranium to it, would you call it nutrition? Of course not. It is still a killing substance. And to make it more clear, the percentage of the alcohol in alcoholic beverages is the exact percentage of yeast urine. The rest is highly acidic liquid of toxic byproducts, sometimes with lots of sugar, which is also a very harmful substance. What is a narcotic? What is a common denominator of all narcotics? They cause euphoria. And what is euphoria? Euphoria is a mental sickness, a sensation of fake peacefulness, placidity, fake joy. It is mental retardation. This is the same sensation of all strong and illegal drugs. It is the retarded sensation of fake freedom. It is nothing but losing all responsibility before yourself and others. In numerous experiments on rats given alcohol, they were not getting pregnant. Soon they were simply dying. So are humans, just more slowly.
Now you have a good conceptual understanding what this drug is. Let's get the message across to everybody. Together we can set humanity free from this alcoholic trap once and forever. And get busy with making this world a better place to live for us, for generations to come. But remember this, we're still in big danger. And your own future, the future of each child, each adult in this planet depends on what you are doing today. To open eyes, to unlock minds, to make everybody more sane and more healthy. This is InfoWar, Info Awareness. Ludmila, Lloyd, Hollywood, California.